If you want a real shot at building wealth in 2026, there's a boring business model that's hiding in plain sight that most people are overlooking, and that's owning a salon suite business. Listen, it's not flashy, it's not techy, but it's quietly creating millionaires because it sits at the intersection of real demand, reoccurring cash flow, and leverage. Now, before we dive in, for those of you who don't know what a salon suite business is, it's basically when you take a large commercial space, you break it out into smaller rooms, and you lease each one of those rooms to different beauty pros in the hair, beauty, spa, or barber industries. So that's going to be a hairstylist, a barber, lash tech, makeup artist, and they are going to pay you rent every single week for leasing out that room. All right. Now, if that sounds like something you will be interested in, I encourage you to hit the first link in the description below. Sign up for my free live training. It is virtual, so you can tap in from anywhere in the world, and I'll be breaking down this business model step by step. Now back to the video. While everyone is fighting over Airbnb saturation, regulations, cleaning costs, unpredictable occupancy, salon suites operate in a massive local first market that's becoming easier to enter and scale. Now, people will always need their hair, lashes, haircut, skincare, no matter what they're going through in life, everybody wants to look good. And also, hair is always going to continue to grow, right? So we have to have these type of things in place. Service providers also want independence now more than ever. Everybody wants to be their own boss, including hairstylists, barbers, and lash techs. So you being a salon suite owner, we provide this opportunity for them to be their own boss without all the extra overhead. Also, not sure if you did your research or not, but the hair and beauty industry is predicted to grow 12 to 13% every single year. So it's super important that when you get into industries and you make investments, you want to get into an industry that's proven to grow year after year. Now, why most people are looking in the wrong direction? Right now, most beginners are chasing short-term rentals, right? Airbnb used to be a gold mine. Now, in my opinion, it's super crowded, right? There's more competition, tons of regulations, more fees, and it's just way more risky than it used to be. And if bookings slow down, your cash flow disappears overnight. Renting houses long-term isn't much better for beginners. Margins are thin, right? Maintenance is constant, guys. Tenants can stop paying at any point in time, and evictions take time, sometimes up to a year to actually evict somebody from your property, even though they're not paying rent. You're tying up large amounts of capital for relatively small monthly returns. Meanwhile, salon suites sit in a category most people ignore. They're not hype-driven. They don't rely on tourism. They don't depend on nightly bookings. They're asset-backed, monthly cash flowing businesses. And in 2026, stability matters more than ever. All right, guys. So listen, this is a market nobody is talking about. Here's what people miss. You're not selling beauty services as a salon suite owner. You're providing infrastructure. You're literally just a landlord in the hair and beauty space. So you're literally just providing the space and maintaining the space. You don't have to worry about micromanaging the beauty pros. You don't have to worry about what hours they work, what their pricing is, what products they use. It's completely hands-off compared to a traditional barbershop and salon. So that means you get monthly rent, right? Predictable occupancy, you get long-term tenants because they're going to sign either a 6-month or a year lease, right? And you get real business equity. So why is 2026 the perfect time to get started in this industry? First of all, now more and more beauty pros are looking for independence, and it's less competition this year. And listen, the old way of getting into the hair and beauty industry was slow and risky. If you were to own a traditional salon or barbershop, guess what? You have to do the complete opposite. You have to micromanage all of those barbers and those stylists. They typically all work the same hours. Most times they use the same products, and you have to hope and pray that they all get along. And you also have to help them find clientele as the owner. Well, guess what? With salon suites, it's the complete opposite, guys. Like I said, we're just a landlord in the hair and beauty space. I'm not worried about your clientele. That's not my responsibility. What products you use, what hours you work. I am literally just providing the space, so there is no micromanaging, all right? When you're a salon suite owner, you can validate demand before you sign a lease, right? That means we're actually pre-leasing these suites before we even open so that we're cash flowing on our first day. You can study competitors instantly. You can use short-term content to generate leads daily to help you market and actually fill your suites, maximizing profits. You can automate pretty much everything in the business, from the tours to the follow-ups, all communications. And then once you're full, you can also build a wait list before you even open, or once you're full. That way you always have a pool of people that you can market to without having to spend a lot of money. Most importantly, like I said, it's hands off and it's no micromanaging. Listen, in 2026, we're trying to work smarter, not harder. All right. And like I said, this gives you leverage Airbnb owners just don't have. In my opinion, there's just no comparison when we talk about salon suites versus owning Airbnb. So listen, the old way, you open first, you hope later, right? You guess your pricing, you overbill for aesthetics, you panic during vacancies. But the new way in the salon suite industry is you, like I said earlier, you pre-market before opening, just like the apartment complexes do. They give you an amazing move-in special before they actually open to incentivize the beauty pros to get in early so that, like I said, once you're open, you're already cash flowing, right? You're going to price with real data. We're not just guessing pricing. We're actually going to do our research. Like I talked about in another video, we're going to do our research on our competitors to make sure we have top premier pricing. This is going to require you to be very diligent and make sure you are thorough with your research. We're going to build functional suites and understand what sizes work. A lot of times I see people build suites that are either too big or too small. So it's super important that you have the right shape and the right size for your suite so that it can be easy to lease. And the last, and honestly, in my opinion, one of the most important things to truly make sure it's a semi-passive business, meaning it doesn't require you to spend hours and hours. It doesn't require you to be there every day. It doesn't require you to be there every week. It doesn't even require you to be there every month. If you have automations and systems in place. Listen, this is super important for any business, but this is the only way to truly make this a semi-passive business. Now, there are salon suite owners that pretty much are working a full-time job because they do not have automations and systems in place. They're there every day. They're going door to door collecting cash. That is not how you do it, guys. All right. My goal is to give you another opportunity to create a second source of income. We know one source of income is too close to zero, but also without dedicating so much of your time. That way you can spend more time with family, with friends, and more time working on other investments so that you can truly have that financial freedom that we all aspire to have. Now, why this model wins long term? Again, I don't know if you guys did your research. You should have. The hair and beauty industry is proven to grow 12 to 13% every single year, meaning you will be a part of a $300 billion industry if you get started today in 2026. Now, salon suites can sound boring, but in my opinion, boring wins. I'd rather own a boring business that makes money than owning a business that requires a lot of my time and doesn't produce a lot of revenue. So hey, I'll take a boring business any day. And like I said, it's semi-passive, guys. All right, when done correctly. Listen, there's a right and a wrong way to do everything in this world. So it's so important that you get the right guidance to make sure you do this the right way. There's no nightly turnovers. You're not going to wake up one night and somebody just doesn't make payments. There's no city bans, no seasonal demand, literally just rent, systems, and demand, again, when done correctly. So listen, in 2026, the winners won't be the ones chasing the hype or fighting regulations, guys. It's going to be the ones owning boring businesses similar to a salon suite business that's cash flowing while everyone else is bickering and arguing online. So look, if you're choosing between Airbnb, renting houses, or building a salon suite, I think the smartest move is pretty clear. Listen, if you've been hearing about the salon suite industry, but you're wondering whether or not this is a good fit for you, listen, I've helped tens of thousands of people get their start into the salon suite industry. For example, my student Lola, she was an introvert. She wasn't really a people's person. She was extremely shy and she didn't think she would make a good owner, but she was able to open her salon suite business. And not only that, she was able to get $150,000 from the landlord in tenant improvement towards her build out. So basically, she didn't have to come out of pocket at all. And she has a business that's generating over $200,000 every single year. Another student, Cynthia, she is in the industry. She's a hairstylist. She was looking for an exit plan and trying to figure out a way to get from behind the chair. She's open and running, and she is generating $15,000 off of only 11 suites. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to have 20, 25, 30 suites to be lucrative. You can still be very lucrative with only 11 suites. Now, listen. If you want to be the next success story, I'm hosting a free live virtual event so you can access it from anywhere in the world. And I'm going to be sharing the exact strategies on how I made $1.7 million in this industry. So click the link in the description, tap in, don't procrastinate. Don't let this be the year that you do the same thing, because remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. So do something different today. Tap in, understand knowledge is the newest currency. Do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe. My plan is to drop a video every single week. All right, y'all. If you made it to the end, again, thanks for watching and taking the time out of your day to soak up this knowledge. And I will see y'all on the inside. Let's get it.